Hey everyone, and welcome back. So doing a news video today. Got a couple of very cool announcements. Do have those Scream Factory ones that I sort of mentioned in my last video have now been officially announced, and actually a lot of them have details already that I wasn't expecting. You know, sometimes when they make the announcements, they don't actually release a lot of the details till almost a month later. But most of these already have the details, so I'm gonna get to those in just a moment. And then these and Severin, I'm so glad they announced it before I sat down to record the video, but Severin has announced their May titles, so definitely going to cover those. But before I get to all that, I do want to mention, because I know I mentioned in the past that Disney is looking to, not completely, but for the most part, get out of physical media. But they are still releasing at least a couple things, including a lot of their stuff from Disney Plus. As some of you remember, last December, I think it was December, they released a couple of shows on disc, including it was a couple of the Marvel shows, I'm blanking at the moment, and then the first 2 seasons of The Mandalorian. And they have indeed announced now 4 more that are coming. So first 2 are Marvel and the last 2 are Star Wars. So the 2 Marvel ones are Moonlight and The Falcon and Winter Soldier. And I have the complete first season for both of those. I don't think they've gotten second seasons yet, but I'm not 100% sure. I know, well, Falcon and Winter Soldier, I don't think has gotten a second season. I'm not sure about Moon Knight. But anyway, so those are coming, as well as 2 Star Wars ones, including the Obi-Wan Kenobi series, which, interesting, on the package it says the complete series, because I know there was talk that was going to get a second season, but I don't know. Maybe, I guess it's not, since they're calling this the complete series. And then the other one, which I'm very excited for, is Andor, which is first season, because the second season will be coming. In fact, I believe they've already finished shooting the second season. Now, just like the previous batch, same thing. These are all going to be steelbooks. There will be 2 separate releases for each one. There'll be a 4K steelbook release and a Blu-ray steelbook release, and I believe the artwork on the 4K and the Blu-ray do match, so just be wary of that, depending on which version you want to get. And again, those are slated for April 30th. So now let's get to the Scream Factory announcements, the official announcements. I think all of these I did mention last week, but now we do have all the specs. So first up, let's do the Blu-rays first. So first up, coming May 14th, is the movie Dracula 2000. And that is, let's see, up for pre-order, $34.98 up for pre-order right now at the Shout website, at least for $27.99. Blu-ray, so will be Region A locked. Any Blu-ray that Scream Shout Factory puts out you pretty much be Region A locked. So just in case I don't say that, just assume the Blu-rays, these Blu-rays will be Region A locked. But it does have a new 4K scan from the original camera negative, approved by director Patrick Lussier. We'll have a 5.1 surround track and a 2.0 stereo track, and does have a new audio commentary track with film critics Emily Higgins and Billy Dunham, a commentary track with director Patrick Lussier and screenwriter Joel Sozin, which I believe was on a previous release, and then a couple of new featurettes, including True Evil Cannot Die, directing Dracula 2000, interview with the director, editor, co-writer Patrick Lussier, Beyond the Reach of Death, designing Dracula 2000, an interview with production designer Carol Spear, Forever Be Contained, scoring Dracula 2000, an interview with composer Marco Beltrami, plus deleted and extended scenes with optional commentary, vintage behind-the-scenes featurette, auditions, and the theatrical trailer. And the next 2 are Blu-rays as well. So the next one is a Blu-ray release. This is actually one I don't think I mentioned last week. This is kind of the one that surprised me the most, because I'm actually surprised this isn't a 4K release. But coming May 14th is a Blu-ray collector's edition of the movie Orphan, retailing for $34.98, up for pre-order right now, at least at the Shout Factory website, for $30.99. Again, it's a Blu-ray, so we'll be Region A locked. Details on that one, as far as extras and specs, have not been released yet, so those will be released down the line. But yeah, that was definitely one that I saw the notice after I completely finished the video last week. But anyway, here's the official announcement. And then the other Blu-ray, which I did mention last week, coming May 21st, is a collector's edition of The Island of Dr. Moreau, the one from 95, 96? 96. Again, Blu-ray, Region A locked, retails for $34.98, up for pre-order right now for $29.99. Again, at the Shout Factory website. Doesn't have too many special features, but will have the theatrical and director's cuts of the film. Does have a new 2K scan of the inner positive for the director's cut. Have 5.1 surround and 2.0 stereo tracks, an interview with creature makeup effects supervisor Shane Mahan, as well as the making of the Island of Dr. Moreau featurette, a photo gallery, and trailers. And again, that's due out May 21st. So, and as I mentioned last time, if you haven't seen the documentary Lost Souls, Severin, I think, had put that out. So definitely one to check out, because that's about, it has a lot about the making of this film, but also about when Richard Stanley was originally attached to it. Fantastic documentary. Definitely recommend it, because it goes through a lot of the insanity that went on in the making of the film. And next up, we get to the two 4K releases. First one is the movie Gretel and Hansel, coming May 21st. $39.98 retail, $35.99 pre-order from the Shout Factory website. Will be 4K and a Blu-ray. The included Blu-ray will be region A locked, but further details will be released down the line. So just heads up on that one. And then finally, obviously the big one, Killer Klowns from Outer Space in 4K. And there's several options here depending on how you want to go. So first up, coming May 14th. Standard release, retailing for $39.98, or for pre-order right now for $35.99. I'm talking too fast. Will be a 2-disc set, so 4K disc, as well as an included Blu-ray. Again, Blu-ray will be region A locked. And they did release the specs. So first up, it does have a 4K scan from the original camera negative. We'll have 5.1 surround track and a 2.0 stereo track. We'll have a commentary track with the Chiodo brothers. And then disc 2 with the Blu-ray will have the extra, we'll have the film and all the same details with commentary track, as well as the other extras, including the making of Killer Klowns, composing Klowns, creating Klowns, visual effects with Gene Warren, deleted scenes, bloopers, earliest films of the Chiodo brothers, and Easter eggs. Now, a lot of these extras were on previous releases. To my knowledge, none of these are actually new. And I did take a quick look at the Arrow Blu-ray that Arrow put out 2018 or something like that. So if I remember correctly, all of these extras are on the Arrow Blu-ray, but the Arrow Blu-ray does have a lot more extras, a lot more interviews and stuff. So as far as extras go, if you have the Arrow Blu-ray, you may want to hold on to that. So obviously with this one, there's two releases, much like with Darkman. There's to be a standard release, which again, you can get anywhere, and a Steelbook release, which as far as I know, again, is not an exclusive and you can definitely get anywhere as well. So obviously, if you order it from Shout Factory, you get a poster. So standard release, you get a poster of the one-sheet artwork. And the Steelbook obviously comes with a poster of that Steelbook artwork, which actually I do like that Steelbook. I like it, definitely sticks out. And there are also a couple bundles which are definitely exclusive to the Shout Factory website. Oh, before I forget, I'm moving on way too fast. Steelbook retails for $44.98, currently up for pre-order for $38.99. And as far as the bundles go, let's see, we have one bundle for the standard release, which is actually looks really, really cool. It comes with an extra slipcover as well as a poster of the included slipcover artwork. So it actually comes with the standard release cover and poster, as well as an extra slipcover and poster of that, as well as one of those prism stickers. And that retails for $44.98, up for pre-order for $41.99. And then we start moving over into the bigger options. So let's do this one first, clocking it at $129.99. You get the standard release with the poster, as well as the extra slipcover with the poster of that artwork, the prism card, and you also get a one of those pin sets, gutter garbs, I assume, as well as one of those lobby card like recreation sets, which again, I'm usually like a pretty big fan of those if you can swing the set. And the other one is for $135.99, very similar. It comes with a steelbook, and the poster of the steelbook doesn't have an alternate cover or anything, so it's just a steelbook and the poster, the prism card, the pin set, as well again as those the lobby card recreations. And then finally for $175.99, if you want everything under the sun, okay, you're gonna get both versions of the packaging. So you get the standard release and the steelbook with posters for each, as well as that extra slipcover for the standard release and the poster for that, the prism card, the pin set, and those lobby card recreations. So you're just getting everything with this one. And that's it for Killer Klowns in Outer Space in 4K. Definitely plenty of options here. Obviously the if you don't care about posters or anything like that, obviously the standard release and the steelbook, you'll be able to order that almost from anywhere. Or anywhere that still sells physical media, anyway. And again, that is due out May 14th. I know I usually go for the big bundles. I decided to go with actually the one, the standard release that just comes with the extra slipcover, because I do think the artwork on that slipcover is pretty cool. But yeah, that's the one I ended up going with. So now we get to the Severin announcements for May, and I am I'm really looking forward to these. I already got my pre-order in because these are really cool. So they're all 4K releases that do come with a Blu-ray, and I think 2 of these do have a Blu-ray that you can. I can't talk. You can, if you wanted only the Blu-ray, I think 2 of these does have that option. I don't think the other 2 do. So let's dive in. First up is a 4K and Blu-ray release of Lucio Fulci's The Devil's Honey. Now, they had put that out on Blu-ray several years ago, so now it's getting a 4K upgrade. Has a new 4K transfer from the original camera negative. There is a website exclusive slipcover, which you can see here, up for pre-order for $42, and it is, as a heads up, a region, the Blu-ray is region A locked, so I do want to mention that. 4K region free, but the Blu-ray is region A locked. So the 4K disc will have the film, obviously, in both English and Italian mono, as well as the trailer, and then the rest of the extras are on the Blu-ray. So the Blu-ray will have the film as well, and plus Sax Lies and Videotape, interview with actress Bianca Marcellak, archival audio interview with director Lucio Fulci by Michelle Romagnoli, The Devil's Halsey, interview with actor Brett Halsey, Wildflower, interview with actress Corinne Clary, Producing Honey, interview with producer Vincenzo Salviani, The Devil's Sax, interview with composer Claudio Natili, Stephen Thrower on The Devil's Honey, Fulci's Honey, audio essay by Troy Howarth, alternate opening, and the trailer. So the next one will have a 4K release with a Blu-ray, and then as well as a separate Blu-ray release as well. And that is the movie The Great Alligator, up for pre-order right now for $42. New 4K transfer from the original camera negative. Will be in both English and Italian stereo. The 4K disc will have the trailer only, and then the included Blu-ray will have the film and the rest of the extras, including Down by the River, interview with director Sergio Martino, Minao, interview with actress Silvia Colatini, Beware of the Gator, interview with camera operator Claudio Morabito, Later Alligator, interview with production designer Antonello Galeng, Underwater, interview with underwater camera operator Gian Lorenzo Battaglia, Three Friends and an Alligator, discussion with cinematographer Giancarlo Fernando, production designer Antonello Galeng, and special effects supervisor Paolo Risi, Paradise House, Christianity and the Natural World in the Great Alligator, video essay by Lee Gambin, Alligator Land, Antonello Galeng shares original production drawings as well as the trailer, and there is a web store exclusive slipcover. And again, that one will be 4K with the Blu-ray included, and then also a separate Blu-ray release. The Blu-ray release will be $24. And the Blu-ray for The Great Alligator will be region A locked, so just a heads up on that. And then next up, getting a 4K release with included Blu-ray is the movie Kathy's Curse, coming in at, let's see, $38 for the standard release, and then a limited edition slipcase, which I will cover in just a moment. But as far as this release goes, let's see, it's getting a new 4K transfer from the recently discovered negatives, which should be very cool, and it does have 2 cuts of the film. The original American R-rated release as well as the director's cut. And let's see, the running time between the two, the US cut is 82 minutes and the director's cut is 91 minutes. As far as I can tell, I believe both cuts are on the 4K disc. Now with Kathy's Curse, the included Blu-ray will be region free, which is good, so no lockups there. And as far as special features go, so the 4K disc will have the commentary track by Fangoria contributor Brian Collins and filmmaker Simon Barrett on the US cut only, as well as theatrical trailers, and then the rest of the stuff is on the Blu-ray. So the Blu-ray, we have the film, the commentary track, as well as a couple of extras, including Tricks and Treats, interview with director Eddie Matalin, Kathy's Daddy, Alan Scarf remembers Kathy's Curse, Kathy and Mum, interview with actress Randy Allen and costume designer Joyce Allen, introduction to Cinematic Void American Cinematheque screening by Brian Collins, and the theatrical trailers. And if you want to go for something a little extra, there's the Kathy's Curse option with this very cool slipcover. So you can get that for $48, or I believe you can get the slipcover separately, can't you? I think you can, for $12. So well, it's not a slipcover, it's actually a slipcase, but the eyes light up, which is really awesome. So again, that is also an option for Kathy's Curse. And now we move on to the very last title, and that is the film Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker, which is so cool. If you've never seen it, definitely recommended. Retails for $42.99, at least for the 4K release. It will be region free, so the Blu-ray should be region free. Yeah, region free for the Blu-ray. Has a new transfer from the original camera negative. We'll have English mono and quite a few extras. So the 4K disc will have a couple commentary tracks, including one with star Jimmy McNichol, commentary with co-writer-producer Steve Brymer and co-writer Alan J. Gluckman, moderated by Mondo Digital's Nathaniel Thompson, as well as a commentary track with co-producer and unit production manager Eugene Mazzola, as well as the trailer, and then the included Blu-ray, which will have the film with the commentary tracks, as well as a couple of other extras, including Extreme Prejudice interview with actor Bo Svensson, Point and Shoot interview with director of photography Robbie Greenberg, Family Dynamics interview with editor Ted Nicolau, cast and crew interviews with actors Jimmy McNichol, Susan Tyrell, and Steve Easton, makeup artist Alan A. Apone, and producer Steve Bremer, as well as the trailer and TV spot. So, and it does come with an exclusive slipcover. This is a very cool one. And the funny thing about these, so two of these Severin put out before on Blu-ray several years ago, Kathy's Curse and Devil's Honey. And if I remember correctly, I could be wrong, but I know Butcher Baker Nightmare Maker was put out by, I'm pretty sure, Code Red many years ago on Blu-ray. I think The Great Alligator was also a Code Red release, or was that Scorpion? Or was that Severin as well? Oh god, I'm blanking. I'm not sure about The Great Alligator, but definitely Butcher Maker, Nightmare Maker. And the thing about Code Red, of course, was that unless you literally followed Code Red, you probably had no clue that any of the movies they put out on Blu-ray even existed. So I'm glad this is getting a much bigger release, and in 4K as well. And of course, in true Severin fashion, there is a bundle if you want to get everything. And it's up for pre-order for $158, and it comes with all of the movies in their 4K, including the limited edition slipcover for Kathy's Curse with the light up eyes, which is really cool. Slipcover, it's a case. I think it's kind of similar, I could be wrong, but I think it's kind of similar to some of those Vinegar Syndrome boxes with the magnet that kind of open up. I think, if I read the description correctly, I think that's actually what it's like, which is cool. And indeed, I had to get my order in for the bundle because I want all of these. So yeah, looking forward to getting these. I'm really happy that all these are getting re-released as well, because some of these have been out of print for a while, including the Code Red ones, plus with a 4K upgrade and everything. So yeah, definitely excited. And before I close this out, actually, there's two things I do want to mention real quick. Let's see. One of them is that John Carpenter has announced that he's coming out with a new album, The Lost Themes Volume 4, which is slated for May 3rd, and there'll be CD release as well as different vinyl options as well, if you like, like colored albums and stuff, the actual vinyl record, that you got several options depending on where you order it from. On occasion, I'll get a vinyl release, but I definitely got my order in for the CD release. I'm still a CD guy, so, it's like that's me. But I'm definitely excited about that, so got my order in right away. And the other thing, too, which is cool, some of you remember 2 years ago, 3 years ago. Jesus, I'm blanking now. No, I think it was 2 years ago, where they did a limited theatrical run of Dawn of the Dead. It was in the 3D version. Well, it's coming back to theaters this year to celebrate its 45th anniversary, which I can't believe. It's already got 45 years, which is awesome. As some of you know, Dawn of the Dead is one of my top 3 favorite films of all time. So if you want to look up screening options, do go to the official website, which is dawn45.com. Yeah, dawn45.com has a listing of all of the theaters that it's at least currently slated in each state. Now there will be more, and if you know of theaters that potentially could show it at some point this year, definitely it's worth contacting them and say, hey, book the film. So definitely wanted to mention that. I think the one I'm kind of bummed about is it's actually going to be showing at the Music Box in Chicago, and it's like, when I lived in Chicago, I would have loved to see Dawn of the Dead at the Music Box. I used to go to the Music Box Theater all the time, and it's like, oh, one of the films I really wish I got to, I was hoping I could see there at some point would have been Dawn of the Dead. I think it's showing there in May. I'm almost tempted to fly back just to see that, but I don't think I can. But It's tempting, I will say that. So that's it for this news video. I'm definitely glad the Severin announcements came in before I recorded this video. If you have any questions, definitely let me know. I'll try and answer them as best I can. And as always, thank you for watching, and I will see you on the next one.